Tonight, fresh calls to rein in violence on Port Lincoln streets. And love it or loathe it, thousands celebrate Valentine's Day.
With the latest from around the region, your nightly news with Louise Hedger begins now.
Good evening. There's renewed calls tonight for more safety regulations in Port Lincoln after revelations 4 fights erupted on the town's streets within the past month. Support services are urging the local government to step in and put an end to the vicious violence.
They're the terrifying attacks at restaurants and on the streets that locals say have left them fearing for their safety. Now support services are stepping in, demanding better action to combat these vicious brawls.
It's the community that needs to come together, and I think, right through from our small groups to the government need to be looking at ways.
In the past month, 4 fights have erupted in Port Lincoln. One brawl allegedly involved more than 30 people, which spilled onto the streets during the town's famed Tunarama festival.
It does have an effect on the community, and when it happens several times, it's always a sense that it's, that there's more of it, and certainly in some cases there are. Sometimes it's that it's more reported.
Port Lincoln has copped a bad rap for violence in recent months, with one brawl at the McDonald's restaurant catching national headlines. The incident sparked a community peace march along the town's foreshore to try and put an end to the sickening violence.
Well, it can be quite confronting for people to witness that violence and can impact their sense of safety, and they're quite often very angry about what's happened.
Local police are reacting, boosting foot patrols in key areas across the town, and overall crime rates are on the decline.
These incidences are sort of isolated incidences that are unfortunate, but overall we still think it's a beautiful place to live, and it is a safe, caring community.
The Chamber of Commerce says it's important local businesses have safety regulations in place and understand how to de-escalate a situation.
If anyone wants to talk to us about some solutions that they have as far as the broader community goes, we're certainly open to hearing those things.
Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Regional airports could be forced to pay $700,000 in operational costs as part of a raft of new safety measures at airports. Senator Rex Patrick says it could have a devastating financial effect on the regions and see ticket prices increase across the board.
An upgrade with a hefty price, new security machines to be installed in regional airports feared to affect regional taxpayers.
This is a new directive that's come down from federal government, and these sorts of issues weren't on the table when Wyler's Airport was built or when the most recent upgrade happened.
Council says the federal government will put $850,000 towards new equipment, but all operational costs will be passed on to the airport.
In terms of operating costs, that will need to be covered, and I guess that's the portion that's in question.
Aviation transport security regulations ensure aircrafts that seat 40 or more passengers are subject to mandatory screening.
Council welcomes any security measures that are going to make our airports safer and more comfortable for the passengers, but we also think that these measures should be funded by the federal government.
Centre Alliance Senator Rex Patrick has moved to disallow the amendment, saying the government needs to pay for not only the equipment but also the operations.
Cost to regional airports will be something in the order of $700,000 a year to operate. They will have to pass on that cost to either ratepayers or to passengers.
He says regional airlines could also be at jeopardy, with Whyalla and Port Lincoln most at risk.
Qantas and Rex have indicated to a Senate inquiry that these costs could put the viability of some routes past the tipping point.
A battle yet to reach its peak. Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Thousands of loved-up couples are celebrating Valentine's Day tonight, with many going above and beyond to spoil their special someone. Local businesses in Port Lincoln were run off their feet as last-minute shoppers snapped up that perfect gift.
It's a day to spoil that special someone, and whether you love it or loathe it, Valentine's Day is a big-ticket item for local businesses, worth around $1 billion to the national economy. Today started early for local florists, with last-minute shoppers flooding in before the doors even opened.
Absolutely crazy. Very busy, lots of phone orders, lots of online orders, lots of blokes on the way to work. 7 o'clock we'd barely opened and they were already in the door.
Well, my other half, Craig, was lucky, and yesterday he got me flowers, so he got in a day early, and so I thought, I better give him back another surprise today.
While the traditional roses quickly sold out across town, quirky gifts have also been a popular choice.
We have been selling a lot of our alcohol boxes and our hunk boxes, so a lot of going to blokes, which is what we're aiming for, like blokes getting stuff.
The florist trying to turn the tide on traditional gifts by supplying more ideas for male presents. The gin to my tonic box, one of the favourites.
I would say we sold out before we close.
While some look to the tradition, others have their eyes set on something with a bit more sparkle.
Most popular would probably be our diamonds. They've been walking out the door, so we're hoping to see quite a few proposals tonight, and obviously diamond earrings as well.
One of the busiest time of the year for local jewellery shops, with products ranging from $20 to $15,000 all being sold.
We're getting them from all ages, obviously starting at 8 to a lot older, wanting to spoil their loved one completely. We have them coming in together as well, just making sure he's picking the right gift for her.
It's not just couples splurging this Valentine's Day, with some singles also splashing the cash on a range of self-gift ideas, from a glass of red to some jewellery or just some flowers. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Still to come tonight, a new outing at Wallaroo, and business owners in EYRE embrace new developments. Welcome back. Bond Store is Wallaroo's new attraction for foodie types, showcasing a microbrewery, gin distillery and a restaurant. The owners are aiming to create the experience as a draw card for tourism in the Yorke Peninsula.
There's nothing like a drop of success after more than 18 months of hard work. This reamped building is hard to recognise from what was to now an eye-catching establishment on Wallaroo's main street.
New brewery, microbrewery, a brand new distillery and a brand new restaurant, employing over 20 people, and yeah, people are loving it.
It's a culinary lover's delight with an upmarket menu to please everyone's taste buds, specialising in local seafood and steak.
I recommend the octopus. It's one of my favourites. It's beautiful and tender. It's local. We've also got local squid and a beautiful charcuterie board.
There's no shortage of drink options either. This cocktail mixologist creating a punchy drop, and in-house brewers using these tanks to produce a selection of craft beers.
Dairying, we've got a hazy IPA as well, and an IPA if you wanted to get something that's a little bit fruitier, a little bit more maltier.
My wife is a pharmacist by trade, so she's got that real chemical, analytical brain, and she loves gin, and you can really taste it in our gins. We've got 4 gins available at the moment. We've got our pink gin, True Blue, Kwandong and Blood Orange.
Staff say this new establishment will be the jewel in Wallaroo's crown, creating a draw card for tourists to stop by and stay.
It's really exciting, and we've had a lot of international tourists here already, people that are either driving through that previously wouldn't have stopped, but now they're stopping and they're spending an extra day here.
The opportunity to also showcase local produce by using Yorke Peninsula ingredients.
The Yorke Peninsula has been one of the biggest barley growing areas in the whole of Australia, known for its barley all over the world, and yet there's only one microbrewery, so we're fixing that.
You know, the opportunity that everybody can, have to travel to Adelaide for, they're actually having it here.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Wales Chamber of Commerce has updated locals on this year's council-run projects. More than 70 business owners attended an event last night to learn more about the developments within what will be the Steel City.
The first council forum for 2020, the town gathering to hear what projects are on offer this year.
We've got the Wales Chamber of Commerce meeting tonight. They meet every 2 months. And I've been asked to be a guest speaker here tonight.
It's an opportunity for us to invite city leaders and guest speakers along so that businesses can engage with them and learn about what is happening or what development projects are in the pipeline.
Council's acting CEO, this year's guest speaker, touching on projects within the city. The Bennett and Memorial Oval upgrades, 3-year road delivery program and new gravesite features among the 93% of projects on track to finish by June.
I guess there's a lot of economic activity happening. And there's also a lot of, there's rumours and other news out there. And this is a chance for the business people to get together and find out really what is happening.
So we think it's great that the council are offering these sessions up after hours for us to just get an update rather than just hear bits and pieces. So yeah, it'll be really good to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
It's also about networking. It's about other businesses coming together, having the opportunity to talk, be on the same page.
But the topic that raised the most interest, Whyala's new jetty. Locals asking for seating to be installed along the breakwater and new bitumen to be laid in the attached car park. Council says suggestions from locals are the key to making the city great.
Of course, everyone in this city is very excited about the jetty. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful initiative of council.
More than 70 business owners gathered from across town, filling the seats, there to listen and collaborate.
I'm here tonight to network with other business owners to see if we can come up with some innovative business solutions and they could potentially be part of our Venture Catalyst program.
To get more information and see what we can actually do to help and to progress the town and what actually we can put in to make it better.
People will come, I believe, from all over the Eyre Peninsula, Adelaide, if not interstate and overseas. We have a lot of overseas visitors here on business, and the visitor economy to this city is enormous.
Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Broken Hill City Council is preparing for its new waste transfer station to be ready for use by next week. The brand new facility is built to reduce landfill and increase recycling operations in the area.
Doing a drop-off at the local tip is now easier.
It's going to help us reduce pollution through wind-blown waste by having more control and containing our general waste, but it is also going to encourage recycling within the community as well.
Council's new waste transfer station will be opened on Monday, a facility that will make life better for locals delivering waste to the dump.
Sort your materials out at home, so by the time you come to the facility, you'll be able to drop your glasses, your cans, your waste, your green waste, your e-waste or any other material you've got, and the waste transfer station is going to be the last resort.
In the past, those dumping rubbish would empty their trailers at the tip's edge. Now it's a lot safer. Locals simply reverse into the bays and put their waste into the skip bins. Council saying the waste transfer station is at the end of the tip circuit.
They'll pretty much attend each bay and drop off their recycling, and then whatever's left at the end, that goes into the waste transfer station, and that's the only rubbish that goes to landfill. So hopefully it'll cut down on waste.
The project was supported by the state's Environmental Protection Agency's Waste Less, Recycle More initiative. Locals are encouraged to ask council staff for any help when the station opens. Patrick Reinke, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us after the break. We take a look at how new technology is faring in Broken Hill and a huge weekend of cricket. A scavenger hunting game, part of a Broken Hill tourism phone application, still has plenty of treasure for people to find. Silver Rush is challenging locals and tourists to get out and see more of the region while looking for those buried riches.
The hunt is still on. In October last year, Destination Broken Hill unveiled a new phone app aimed at increasing tourism in the far west. It details places to eat, things to do and where to stay in the Silver City and its surrounds. What caught the eye of many, though, was the Silver Rush treasure hunting game.
An attempt to bring more tourists to Broken Hill, make it a bit more fun and tap into that adventure tourism market that's massive around the world right now.
The game works by using your phone's GPS signal. When you visit a location that has a clue, you find the code word and answer a question about that hotspot. Clues are then unlocked, hinting at the location of a 1 kilogram silver bar waiting to be found.
They are very, very well hidden and it's a great game and entertainment to get involved in, and you get to go around and see plenty of local businesses and support the local businesses.
Bell's Milk Bar is one of the participating stores offering the cryptic clues. Its owner saying he has seen plenty of visitors coming in since the hunt started.
The exciting part is that it was launched sort of at the beginning of the slow season, so we haven't really seen it in action in the peak tourist season for Broken Hill, and it's really exciting to see what's coming ahead.
So far, just one of the 9 bars has been found. 1 kilo of silver is fetching around $570. It really is buried treasure in the outback. Patrick Reinke, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
UniHub Spencer Golf has reached a new milestone, appointing Anita Crisp as its CEO. The move comes with Port Augusta Centre only a few weeks away from its official opening.
A fresh face with bright ideas. UniHub's new CEO gearing up for a big year.
And very much looking forward to it. It's a really exciting time for UniHub. We've got expanding our operations, so opening a new campus in Port Augusta very shortly.
The new campus opening will welcome more than 40 students, doubling the intake from last year. Semester 1 enrolments open for only a week.
The courses will kick off first week of March, last week of February, so there's still time for people to enrol look, it's going to be a great year.
The committee board welcoming the new appointment, saying Anita is the backbone behind the hub.
She was the Chief Executive of the Upper Spencer Golf Common Purpose Group, the Three City Alliance, so she's had a long history, a long association, also a long collaboration with many universities.
Students recommend considering the UniHub for those who would like to stay regional and receive the same support.
You don't have to move away from your family and friends and your support network. Textbooks are handy because they're very expensive.
More enrolment information can be found online. Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Port Pirie cricketers are gearing up for 2020's Australia's Master Games to be held at Memorial Oval on the 27th of March. Ex-Test players will be competing against Port Pirie players, including a women's division. Local sporting groups say it's a great event to showcase the town's new oval.
To come out and see some cricket, see our locals up against some of our old favourite Test players, and anyone can attend. It'll be free to get into. There'll be catering available on the day, so yeah, it should be a fantastic day out.
A timetable of the day will be released in the coming weeks. Stay with us. After the break, we'll bring you this week's cricket tips and the weather with Brit. Hello again. The first Broken Hill women's cricket competition will come to a close this weekend. The winner of tonight's semi-final will go on to face North in Sunday morning's grand final match at the Norm Fox Oval. The Barrier District Cricket League has labelled the inaugural competition a big success, with 4 full teams taking to the field each week. There's plans to change the format for some matches next season as the league looks to assemble a representative side to play in 2021. Sunday's grand final starts at 10 o'clock. Now let's see what the experts have to say with this week's cricket tips.
Hello and welcome to another round of Port Pirie cricket. With just 3 rounds to go and second spot still available, this is an important round. We start with Solly North taking on Southport on Memorial Oval from 10:30. Solly will be looking for a big win as percentage may play a part in the final ladder. I'm tipping Solly North. At Port Oval, it's props up against Port Germain from 12:30. Port Germain and Solly North are currently tied in second spot, and with Solly North favourites against Southport, need a win to keep their double chance hopes alive. I'm tipping Port Germain in this one.
Hello and welcome to round 10 of the Wyler Cricket Association. The first game of the round sees South Wyler play North Wyler. I'm tipping North Wyler in this one, and I'm tipping Blake Harding for a big score. The second round is Rupina and Central Wyler. I see Central Wyler continuing their undefeated streak, so I'm going with them this week.
Welcome to this week's Port Lincoln Cricket Tips. Another huge weekend of cricket with the 4 possibly locked away after this weekend. Waybacks and TOD River out at Dorwood. Waybacks win, that's the 4 done. If TOD River win, they're still in with a chance on the way home. Gonna tip TOD River at home to get over the line in this one and keep their finals alive. Next game at Centenary Oval, Tasmans and Charlton. Huge game this one. Charlton need to win to stay in chance with a double spot at the end of the season. Going to be a really good game of cricket. I reckon my boys Tasmans should be too strong, but Charlton will put up a good fight and this one will be a really tight game. And in the final one, Southern Air South and Lincoln South out at Whangaree. I think Southern Air South's class will get over the line in this one. Thanks for listening to the Port Lincoln Cricket Tips.
A-grade cricket, second last round of the minor round this weekend. West take on North in the first game on Saturday. North looking pretty strong. West are improved towards the end of the season, but I think North's batting will be the difference here, and I think they'll have too many runs on board for the Northerners to overcome. On Sunday, Central take on South. South produced their best batting effort for the season last week with 170. I think this will be a very competitive game. I expect Central probably to win just narrowly, but I think South will push Central to the limit.
Now for a look at your weekend weather, here's Britt Aylen.
Good evening. Bit of a mixed bag about the region today. Broken Hill recording a high of 36 degrees, but much cooler elsewhere. Port Augusta and Port Pirie both 29, Whyalla 27, Port Lincoln 24. From the satellite today, we can see thunderstorm activity from a low pressure trough, mostly to our west. Moving on to tomorrow on the Gulf waters, southerly winds at up to 20 knots with seas between 1 and 1.5 metres. Sunrise at 6:47. Partly cloudy conditions expected across the region. Broken Hill looking at a top of 32 degrees, Woodner 31, Port Augusta, Corn and Port Pirie all 28, Kadina 27, Whyalla and Coffin Bay both 26, Port Lincoln and Clare 24, Cleve 23. Sunday, partly cloudy conditions at Port Lincoln ahead of a sunny start to next week. Much the same at Cleve. Woodner looking warm and sunny Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. Whyalla mostly fine on Sunday, 27 the top, sunny on Monday. Similar conditions at Kadina. Port Augusta with a sunny forecast, 31 on Sunday, 36 the top on Monday. Port Pirie and Clare both fine on Sunday, maximums in the late 20s, jumping into the 30s and sunny on Monday. And finally to Broken Hill, where it's looking to be bright and sunny Sunday and into next week. And Louise, that's the weekend weather.
All right, thank you for that, Britt. And that's your local news this week. Have a lovely and safe weekend. Good night.